Hello, this is Ray Main here again with today's Bible reading. Today we're going to be reading in the book of Revelations, chapter 14. Before we get started, I need to make a correction. I stated at the end of the last video, the last chapter, 13th chapter, that we'd find out in this chapter who the beast was, that it was spoken of there. I was incorrect. That'll be 3 or 4 days down the road. That'll be in chapter 17. I misspoke. Forgive me for that. All right, let's start. Chapter 14. And I looked, and lo, a Lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his Father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder, and I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. Now let me stop right here just a second. I've always believed that this 144,000 is the same 144,000 that is mentioned in the 7th chapter of Revelations that talks about the 12,000 that were taken out of each of the 12 tribes of Israel, making 144,000. Now, there's a controversy there. There's a lot of people that happen to believe that the 144,000 is talking about the bride. I don't agree with that one either. But a lot of those people believe that this is a different 144,000 in order to give them a chance to, quote unquote, make the bride. Well, to me, that is foolish doctrine, but nevertheless, that's what they believe. But I just wanted to throw that in there so that you'll be aware that some believe it that way. But this is, to me, this is the same 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. And that's the same language that's used in the 7th chapter. They were redeemed. They were chosen. Okay? These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the firstfruits unto God and to the Lamb. See, that all of that makes me believe that's still talking about that first 144,000. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of God. And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people, saying with a loud voice, Fear God and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of waters. And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up for ever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whoso receiveth the mark of his name. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Write, Blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them. And I looked, and behold a white cloud. And upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. And another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, Thrust in thy sickle, and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. And he that sat on the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. And another angel came out of the temple which is in heaven, he also having a sharp sickle. And another angel came out from the altar which had power over fire, and cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, Thrust in thy sharp sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. And the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of God. and the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the winepress, even unto the horses' bridles, by the space of 1,600 furlongs. This is a book just plumb full of symbols. But I want to just drop right here and say one thing. It says, even to the horses' bridles. Blood came out of the winepress, even to the horses' bridles. For some of you that's always lived in the cities, you may not know this, but just consider this, even to the horses' bridles. Now, whenever you first look at that, you'd think, well, that's pretty deep. But what is a bridle? Isn't it something that is used to control the horse? Could it be that the blood that is reaped, the blood that is brought about, went to the very control of that religious system, went to the very ones that were in control of that religious beast, that religious dragon? Could it be? A question for you to ponder. Ask the Lord about it. Have a blessed day. We'll see you tomorrow.